Hi everybody!
Welcome to the Cooking Hermit Crab. My name is Amelia.
And I'm Howard. So Amelia, what are we cooking today?
Today we are cooking Mapo Tofu.
So Mapo Tofu originated from Sichuan, China. If you have Sichuan cuisine before, then you know that Sichuan food is usually a bit numb and spicy. So Mapo Tofu is no exception.
So Mapo Tofu consists of 3 main ingredients. That's tofu, ground pork, and lots of red chili peppers. And if you're new to our channel, you'll see that we make modifications to traditional recipes. So our take for Mapo Tofu today is a bit more healthy, balanced, and of course, still very delicious.
So let's get started and look at the ingredients.
Here are the ingredients that we're using today. We're making about 4 servings of Mapo Tofu. So we have tofu, about a pound of ground pork, red chili paste, and you can find this in any Chinese grocery store. We're using half a pound of green beans, 3 cloves of garlic. We're going to be using half of this carrot and some green onions for garnish and some soy sauce as well. So we've chopped everything up, we've minced the garlic, and we've shredded the carrots. And now let's get started cooking.
So I have preheated the pan and put in some oil. Because ground pork is already a little bit fatty, so I didn't put in too much oil to keep it a bit healthy. First step is to put in the garlic, to cook it a bit, and bring out the fragrance. So the garlic pieces are now golden brown in color, so you know it's ready and you can smell the fragrance. And now we can put in the ground pork. And what you want to do is break up the ground pork into pieces so you don't have big lumps. So now as you can see, the meat's already finally broken up. We're going to put in around 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. So we like the taste of soy sauce, so you can decide how much you really want to add. But for this recipe, we'll do 2 tablespoons. And just stir it in and let it cook for a bit. The meat is pretty much cooked. I'm going to put in the green beans first because they take longer to cook than the rest of the items on this recipe. So we'll just continue stirring and cooking the beans and the meat for a bit longer until the beans turn a bit soft and greener. Okay, so now the beans are almost cooked. I'm going to put in the carrots. You might be wondering why we're adding carrots to Mapo Tofu, because carrot brings sweetness to a dish. This dish usually is just spicy and salty, so having some sweetness to it makes it a lot more balanced if you want to just eat one dish. We're going to also add in around 1 teaspoon of salt. And then we're going to stir it in. Because the carrot is shredded, it won't take much time to cook. Okay, so now everything is stirred in. I'm going to put in the bean paste. So this really depends on how much you want to put in, but we don't mind a bit of spiciness, and this is really not that spicy. We're going to put in around 1 teaspoon right there. And then just stir everything in and let everything cook just a bit longer so you can bring out the fragrance and let the different ingredients absorb all the flavor. So after stirring for a minute or 2, we're ready to put in tofu. So tofu is really soft and we don't want to break it up into tiny pieces. We're going to be careful with the stirring. So just dump in the tofu. So in order to avoid breaking up the pieces into tiny pieces, we're gonna do using the folding technique, kind of like when you're folding the ingredients when you're baking. So kind of like that. Okay, so on to the last step. I'm going to put in the garnish, which is the green onion. Because it's a garnish, we don't want to overcook it at all. So put it in, and we can actually turn off the stove. So now we're going to put in some optional ingredients. So this one is peppercorn oil. So this gives you the numb taste of this dish. It's completely optional. Some people don't like it, but we like it, so we're going to add a little bit. It's quite strong, so we're just going to add about this much. And you can also add some sesame oil to give it some unique flavor. Also, not too much. But these are all optional. You can decide if you want to add them and how much you want to add them. And once they're added, we're going to give it another stir.
So here is the final product of the Mapo Tofu dish. Today we're serving it with some rice, but you can serve it on top of noodles or anything else of your choice. Enjoy!